these two incredible actors back on our show. If you're a fan of Little House on the Prairie, stay tuned because we are going to be talking Little House Homecoming and littlehousehomecoming.com and just everything going on social media around Little House on the Prairie. And I know you guys are super excited. We have Alison Arngrim and Dean Butler back on the forum. Hi, guys. Nice to see you
Hey,
again.
How are
how are
you?
you?
Hi.
Now, we did get a snarky comment that because we've had you on so much, people are saying we're stalking you. So remember that that they ask us to, the publisher, the people ask us to help out. So we're not stalking them; they are safe.
Well, James and
But
Florence, I mean, Allison, I don't know how many times you've been on with James and Florence. I feel like I was on with you once, sort of,
Yeah.
late last year,
yeah,
Your
something
book.
like that,
For
maybe
your
early
book.
this year. So it's not like we're here every day.
Oh,
yeah,
no, but it's fine. You can come interview us frequently.
yeah.
It's okay.
Oh,
We
thank
we
you.
we love you guys. We even
Yeah, we do.
bought. This is very cool. Not at the same time, but we did buy a book of Allison's that we think. No offense, Dean. I love your book, but Allison to me is the best book out of all the series. People, and we did buy a copy for someone, and we bought one of Dean's to make
Yes.
sure that we gave it as a
Just
gift
to be
Yes.
fair.
Fair.
Okay.
for a female fan that loves Dean. We had to just
Oh,
buy it
yes.
for her, and she was
Okay.
so excited.
And I
Uh,
also have a copy on my bookshelf, Dean, just so you
We've
know.
read
well,
it.
it's very
We
Very
nice.
proudly displayed on my bookshelf.
But we want to get into the movie, the Little House,
Oh,
homecoming.com.
okay.
Yeah.
What I love about the movie, I have to be honest with you guys, and maybe I'm so off base. I love, obviously the fans are so excited about you guys, but I love watching you guys and how excited you guys are when you meet the fans and when
Mhm.
you see their reaction. Am I off base, or you guys?
Yeah.
Uh,
No, yeah, Allison, I think you've been doing this. I hate to sit with, we've both been doing it for a long time, but I think you've had more experience out there. So why don't you address this first?
It is. We do have fun doing this. I mean, if I didn't enjoy it to at least some extent, I wouldn't do it. I mean, there are people who go, yeah, these autograph show things. I mean, it's too many people. It's crowded. They don't like doing it. I like doing it, and which is saying a lot considering that half the people come up to me to tell me how much they hate me and how they're still mad at me. So I guess kind of charitable here, but we do have a good time. Some of the things people say are so funny, and then some are so touching. Oh, I watched it with my grandmother. I watched it with my
Yes.
mom, and it's like who isn't gonna? I was sitting at an event recently, and they brought me kettle corn. I love kettle corn, and I said,
mm.
Ooh.
so this is what I do. I sit at a table and eat popcorn, and have people tell me they love me for 8 hours.
That ain't
Aw,
My,
bad.
I love
yeah,
that.
my wife Catherine always says to me when I'm going off on these weekends, "All right, go off and be adored again." And
Oh,
you know, it's really a gift, and I would recommend it highly to anybody who has the opportunity to experience what we get to experience. Now, I think it goes without saying, as Allison suggested, you have to enjoy doing it. If you're not having fun doing it, then you really shouldn't be there.
Yes, same.
You have to find a reason to be having a good time, because I think people are coming up. If you're open to the wonderful emotion that comes at us, all of us, it's really extraordinary. And I just recommend it to anybody who has the opportunity. And there are very few people. We're very lucky. There are very few people who have the kind of long run connection to something that we have. We're in a unique position. We're certainly not alone there, but we are among a unique group of programs that have that.
Yeah, to me, the only show that kind of rivals that is the Waltons.
Mm.
Those guys are so beloved too, and you guys at that time were staples for
Yeah.
years especially for families, especially during the holidays. I think a lot of people miss people and they miss their grandparents or their parents, and it really brings back a spark of love and devotion. And again, it's at littlehousemehomecoming.com, and also their podcast, which they went live in New York. We shared that, and some of you
That
guys
was
thought that
fantastic.
that was such a cool idea. Little House 50 podcasts, and you guys look like you were having a ball.
Yeah.
We were. That was great. And Charles Bloom, who knew that Pearly
Yeah, no,
Day
just
was
off
going to
to
come and do
Charles.
like a whole show? When we contacted him, because we'd had him on the show and knew he was funny, and we said, we think we're doing the live. You should come. I shall write a song for the occasion. And wait, what is happening? And next thing we know, it's like it's a Broadway musical.
Yep,
It's-
yep.
Yeah,
What
no,
I love.
it
Oh,
was
go
very
ahead, Dean.
special to have that time with him. And look, we do James and Florence, Allison and Pamela, the three of us. We have a really good time together. And you can't plan that. You can't know how that's going to work out. But I think we have a nice. I feel like we have a very nice balance of energy around us when we do this, and we genuinely enjoy each other.
We have
And
great
I think it makes a
chemistry.
huge difference.
Yeah, you
Great
guys have good,
chemistry.
and I love her. She's got a good
Oh,
vibe about her,
she's awesome.
oh, this is
yeah, and we really. I have to be honest with you. We don't really watch much TV. We listen to podcasts and we watch old shows. So
Yeah,
that
we
we're
love the
not.
old shows.
I think the new
wow.
television is just thrown together, and I'm not going to say anything negative. I already did, but I think the old stuff. You guys were just so good, and what I love is I'm getting into the other cast members from some of the other things that you guys have been doing. I mean, Patrick Laberto has so
Oh,
many stories
Oh,
that
he's amazing.
oh
his
my gosh,
podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, Patrick is a wonderful storyteller. He's so dialed into the industry. He's had such a breadth of experience in front of the camera, behind the camera, throughout his life as a professional person. He's got a lot of insight as to how all this works. I think Patrick is an amazing contributor in whatever he does, and he's been a wonderful contributor to what we've done as a cast,
Right.
as well for the podcast, and then through his Patrick Labure show, which I love.
I love it.
He's just done a great job of helping people, facilitating people, telling wonderful stories, insightful stories about life in an industry that people are endlessly fascinated with. And Patrick has a wonderful way of framing all that.
Well, if you
Now,
like old
oh,
shows
go
and
ahead, Allison.
podcasts, I was just gonna, if you like old shows and podcasts, I mean, you must love us. Our cast has.
Oh,
I got a podcast.
we
We have
do.
a podcast. Patrick has a podcast. I mean, we all have podcasts, and we're. I
We
mean,
never miss it.
we're it.
I'm not kissing your butt. We
No,
never miss
we're
it.
fans.
We really like it.
Great.
I've been a fan of Allison's forever because I think she's an amazing talent, and I love the way someone said, "Why do you like her so much and you like Nellie and you don't like Nancy?" I said, "Allison was mean with panache. She had that personality. Nancy's a psychopath." So,
Huge difference.
She
that
was
the
looking for a
difference.
contrasting approach as to how to do this, and she made a very strong choice. I give
Good
Alison
actress.
Balson a lot of credit.
100%.
She
She's a
made
very
a
good actress.
very strong choice.
She's a
No, she
very
did
good
that on
actress,
purpose. She
but
did that on purpose. She flat out told me, "Well, I couldn't copy you, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
copy
Yeah,
you."
yeah.
But now going back to the movie, what are things that for people that haven't seen it yet, and again, we'll be giving the link a million times on our podcast and also our sites. But on the Little House Homecoming, what was kind of the thing? What are the things that they could really a Little House fan could really look forward to while watching it?
Allison, you want to start? I mean, I've got some thoughts right off the top of my
You
head.
get so many things. I mean, I say it's a love letter to the fans. If you've ever said, "I love Little House on the Prairie. I love the show. I love the books. My friends think I'm weird." You watch this and go, they get me. They know. They understand why I like this stuff. I'm not crazy. There's other people. There's that connection that's amazing. But yeah, and you learn a lot of history. You learn a lot about the show and about the books and how they connect, which many people don't know. Some people just fell into the show.
I think one of the really special things about this, and it's really directly attributable to the fact that Jonathan Parker, the producer director of this, was willing to put his family in the minivan and travel the United States with us during the summer of 2024. So so people who watch the movie are getting a beautiful look at the places Laura lived and wrote about, which is really unique in this world. I mean, I've shot stuff, I have shot DVD bonus content, and I've shot documentaries, and I've gone to places, but Jonathan has shot these places so beautifully with drones, and the aerials are spectacular, and his use of, he just, you feel like you're stepping into the atmosphere of these places, and I think that that is so much part of the magic of what makes Little House special. Is you're stepping into a time when life was simpler, a little slower, very, very intense, very demanding lives that people lived, but there was a pace that was different. And this movie has a very gentle pace to it. And I think you can just sort of settle into it. There's nothing controversial in the movie. There's no, I don't think there's necessarily, new ground from a scholarship perspective that's broken in the movie, but what you get, if you love this material, your love for it is going to be affirmed hugely. Why you love it, you will see. If you love it, and you're going to hear other people who love it for the same reasons you do. And I think that's really positive. I mean, there's a big choir singing
Yeah.
of Little House Love. I mean, it is front to back Little House Love, and I think for a lot of people that's a very comforting, salving thing in a world that's pretty complex today.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I think people who don't know that much about Little House would probably be fascinated, because I know I had friends who were like, they weren't into the show, and they're like, what is the deal? It's been 50 years. You guys are still going to all these events. People are showing up at these events. Yeah, several thousand people. We had 18,000. They're like, who are these
Wow.
people? Why are there 18,000 people? Why
Right.
is this happening? This documentary will explain it to you, because they interview people and they say, this is why this means so much of
Hmm.
my life. And people from all different walks of life saying, this is why this means this much to me. And I think it's a really good explainer for people who are going, I don't get it. Why are these people following these poor actors everywhere? You go watch this documentary, you'll understand.
What are a couple of the fan interactions that you both have, and I'll start with you, Allison, that have really touched you and kind of made you just really so appreciate where you're at with your career?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, I have, oh, yeah, of course, I have all the funny ones, and people go, God, I still hate you. And the woman who walked in and just said, I forgive you, and walked out. Um, okay, mind blowing, and these are hysterical. The people who've shown up in costume, the people who've dressed up as me for Halloween, some of them women,
Oh,
some of them
wow.
men, everything in between, just really wild stuff. But then I get touching stories. People who say, well, I had a bully at my school, like Nellie, and I watched a show and I saw how Laura stood up to Nellie, and this helped me enormously. Or people said, I kind of was a little bit like Nellie. I was angry all the time, and watching you allow me to just like let it all out and live vicariously.
Mm.
It did me a world of good. I'm like, awesome. And then crazy stories. I met this sweet young man. Oh gosh, I think it was in like Missouri. And he said he was in a very strict religious household, and they'd watch Little House on the Prairie and then go say their prayers. Very understandable. But his parents were very, very harsh about things. They said, well, now you need to be like Laura, because Nellie Olson is going to hell. Who
Oh my
says this
God.
to a child about a character in a television show for everything? And
My
he said,
God.
oh no, I'd say my prayers, but after they left the room, I get back out of bed and I get on my knees and go, please don't send Nellie Olson to hell. I love her.
Oh,
Wow.
The idea that somebody
Wow.
somewhere in a bedroom is like, no, no, I know she's really good. And he said he felt so, vindicated when Nellie became nice and married Percival. He's like, see, I told you she was good. And people whose such a personal story, that people were that invested in it emotionally. And that I just like, who, you don't know this is happening till you go out there and you meet these people and you find out how much the show meant to
yeah.
people's lives.
Yeah. Dean, what about you? A couple of instances where it really touched you.
Well, I'm going to give you sort of an overarching view of this for me. as someone who grew up feeling like, and I think all kids on some level, Allison would concur with this. The two of you might concur with this. Very few people don't grow up feeling a bit like an outsider. It's not that, we all feel a little awkward in our own skin. When and I think it's very rare that there's that person who has that sort of radiating confidence where they know that they've got it all together and you don't, kind of thing. I mean, as someone who grew up that way and felt that way, to be affirmed on this very beautiful level by women, young and old, by guys who see Al Manzo as someone that they'd like to be, to have that kind of affirmation come at you as a person who has done something, that is an incredible gift, and it just keeps coming. I mean, when Catherine says you're going out to be adored this weekend, guilty as charged. I am. It's
I love that.
it's really been a wonderful thing for me, and my goal in these exchanges that we have with people, I want people to know that it mattered to me. I want people to know that I care deeply about it and how it affects people. And I want them to know that the person they're meeting is the person that they watched. I think those are, I am not interested in, having someone come to a gathering and meet any of us and feel like they're dealing with someone who has no desire to be there, no interest. They're signing. I think of Galaxy Quest and Alan Rickman signing pictures and
Oh,
shoving them
yeah.
at people. It's like, that is not who we are when we do these events. And it's very important to me personally that people feel that we are vested in this. It was a job, but it was more than that because it touched people's lives in a way that just sort of run of the mill. I mean, some really cool entertainment, but it's pretty disposable. It goes away. Little House has proven itself over 50 years as something that
Yes.
is not disposable. And because it reflects something that's fundamentally, decently, wonderfully human, and we get to be a part of that. We are the
And
lucky ones that get to be a part of that. It's been
and the world needs that right now. I think you guys are bringing something that the world really needs. It's very healing, and it's just lovely because it just shows how authentic and real that it all is. And you guys are so authentic. I mean, it's
I
incredible.
hate when people say, "Oh, the Waltons, oh, Little House, they're so sappy." You guys were so far ahead of
The
television.
prototype.
You dealt with everything, racism, rape, I mean everything. And I mean, you guys were so far ahead that no one really respected what you did at the time. It was not just a family show, with Todd Bridges. I mean, when you get these shows that are just amazing on things
Yeah.
that at that time were so crazy,
Yeah.
that must be an amazing thing that you guys were blazing trails.
It was huge. It was huge. And we got away with it because, it's the 1800s. It's kind of like how Star
Right.
Trek and the Twilight Zone got away with some of their messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing it's a cinematic thing. And I mean, our Civil War soldier who's addicted to morphine. We didn't say it's Vietnam vets are coming home and are addicted to heroin, but people got it. We made these things universal, and so people were able to take in stories that they might not have taken in from somewhere else.
Yeah. Now the last word, we got to go. We know you guys have got a
Yeah.
million things to do today, but we'll give you guys the last word, and I'll start with Dean. Dean, why should people again be so excited to watch this?
Well, I think it's a feel good. I mean, Little House Homecoming is a wonderful feel good experience, and I think
Yeah.
at a time of year when we love to celebrate culturally, where we're celebrating family and togetherness and bonding over tradition, I think Little House Homecoming is a wonderful immersion into expressions of tradition and belief in good things for people. So I think that's a good reason to take a look at it. You'll feel good when it's done.
You will. You will.
Yeah.
And we're just it's and then of course come visit us next weekend. We're going to be out in Simi Valley the 12th, 13th and 14th in Strathern Park. It's our first ever holiday Christmas Eve. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
that's
great.
awesome.
Well, you guys, we know
great.
you're busy, and
Yeah, we know you have a lot of
we
things
probably
going
bother
on.
you too much, but we love you guys so much, and we always share your talents and you bring so much joy to Florence and I and to so many millions of people. And I'm telling you, I don't think you guys know how important you are into the realm of Little
Yes.
House. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
We
James and
appreciate
Florence.
it
Happy
so
holiday to you.
much.
God bless.
You too.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.